I've been reading travel books closely, and I've been interviewing authors of travel books on my podcast, Travel Writing World, for a number of years now. But most people don't know that travel writing is a rich and diverse genre. So I wanted to give you an overview of the genre and some subgenres to explore as you think about picking up a travel book to read or starting your own travel book project. First of all, maybe it's helpful to understand what a travel book is. Now, I'm not talking about guidebooks or other forms of content designed to give practical advice and recommendations to travelers. Instead, I'm talking about travel literature. A travel book is a literary form. It's an artistic genre wherein authors write about places as a result of their experiences in those places. This is a broad definition, but that's part of the genre's power. The travel book is a literary shapeshifter. It can take on many forms. What I mean is that a travel book can be funny, it can be serious, it can deal with cities, or it can deal with nature. It can focus on an individual's transformation, or it can focus on the lives of others. It can be memoir, reportage, journalism, history, cultural critique, place writing, nature writing, investigative journalism, anthropology, and poetry. It can be funny, boring, exciting, thoughtful, thoughtless, meandering, or sharp. It can have all of these attributes, blending them together, or just one of them. The acid test of the travel book is to see if the book offers a true account of the author's experience in some place. Now we got that out of the way, let's talk about a few types of travel books we commonly see. Now, I'll use the word subgenre here, and without getting too nerdy, I'm not sure that that's the right word. They could be called tropes or styles or whatever. Whatever they're called, we see these things in travel books, which they help shape. A travelogue is essentially a play-by-play account of someone's experience somewhere. This is what most people think about when they think of a travel book. These are typically told chronologically. I did this and then I did that. But because travelogues aim to be true accounts of our experiences traveling somewhere, they're descriptive, right? The five senses come into play here. They can also contain historical or cultural notes and the author's opinions, thoughts, and reflections about things they experience and the people they encounter. So some examples here. Erica Fatland's High and Paul Theroux's The Great Railway Bazaar. This is a popular form of late. Travel memoirs are typically autobiographical accounts of some personal transformation that occurs while traveling, right? These books tend to be revealing and vulnerable. They are primarily stories about personal transformation set or occurring in some place that is not home, right? These are memoirs, not autobiographies. So the scope is narrow and involves one critical moment in a person's life, typically, right? And it doesn't cover someone's entire life. Some examples here, Elizabeth Gilbert's Eat, Pray, Love, of course, and more recently, Sylvia Vasquez Levado's In the Shadow of a Mountain. I love me a quest book because quest books have a built-in narrative structure. Someone goes off in search of something, but they face challenges. Will they find it? Will they achieve their goals? I don't know. Continue reading. Some examples include Sophie Roberts' The Lost Pianos of Siberia, and Peter Matheson's The Snow Leopard. Now this is one of my favorite kinds of travel books because ideas are front and center. What I mean is that an idea or a question is the engine driving the book. And in these books, we commonly see each chapter taking us to a different part of the world, exploring the driving idea or the question. Some examples are Cal Flynn's Islands of Abandonment and Pico Iyer's Video Night in Kathmandu. In the adventure subgenre, the author pushes the boundaries of human endurance and strength, mental and/or physical. The adventure usually involves overcoming the elements and the limitations of the self, right? It includes feats of power, endurance, strength, and resolve. The adventure pits man, and historically it's been men, against nature, the self, and the environment. Some examples might include Thesiger's Arabian Sands and Rebecca Lowe's The Slow Road to Tehran. Now, if you read a lot of travel books as I do, you will learn that there are very few, if any, pure travel books. And what I mean is that you'll often find these types or these subgenres, whatever they're called, blended together. I said earlier that the travel book is a shapeshifter, but perhaps it's better to say that the travel book is a chimera, because whatever a travel book's predominant shape or form may be, it's pieced together with different parts. For example, my book, The Hill of the Skull, is part travelogue, part quest, and part memoir. One of my favorite books, Peter Matheson's The Snow Leopard, blends 4 out of the 5 styles I mentioned already: the travelogue, the memoir, the quest, and the adventure. If you want more ideas on how to write a travel book, or even a longer list of these types of subgenres or tropes or whatever, download my free travel book guidebook PDF, which I'll link somewhere in the description or in the video here. So, thanks for watching, and see you next time.